Here in the Emperor's Garden, and there's some workers actually manicuring the trees, making them so exact. As you can see, they're so pretty and everything's exact. Today's the Emperor's birthday, but this is a historic garden also, and I have a guide right up here with my ticket. It's only $3 to come in, and it's very old, this garden. Anyway, there was a boy working in Chabad.org, and he told Shmutkin there, I feel very makusha to the Rebbetzin more than the Rebbe. So I thought, what does that even mean? Meaning, is he's trying to play some joke. He's a very intelligent guy. Now he's a doctor, and but that's just the path he took. But his mind is very intelligent. He has so much room for, you know, beautiful things, and when he said this, what's he trying to do to Shmutkin? He's a nice guy. He's running a nice, archiving the Rebbe's life. So what does he mean by that? That he's more makusha to the Rebbetzins. So a woman from Borough Park asked me today, why is there so little about the Rebbetzins' life? So I said, what do you mean there's so little? There's so much. Look at this beautiful. She lived a normal secular life, and what do you want to collect on her? What do you want to know? You know, you want to know what she invented. You want to know the cigarettes she liked. What do you want? So, oh, he's a volunteer here. Beautiful. There's people that just dedicate themselves because they believe in this beauty of maintaining this history from the Edo period. There's so much I want to say about this garden, but anyway, so what I could tell you is that when one of the eunuch boys was going to London to yeshiva back in the 80s, the Rebbetzin told him to go see museums. In London, when you're there, go see museums. She didn't tell him go study philosophy, and through philosophy you're going to come to a beautiful understanding about life. And you're gonna, whatever my husband's doing, that's between him and God. If he's telling you guys the truth or not, and if he's playing the same old game that's been played for hundreds of years, that the Chazal warned us about, or not. But he pointed out that she told him go see some art. So like this, your life is not wasted. Whether or not they're going to send you on send you off a bridge or something, that's not the issue. You could be a comfortable chesky. You know the story with chesky. You could be a guy that's just chilled and you smoke your cigarette and you enjoy everything that's going on around you, and you're not really involved, and you didn't really buy in fully anyway. So you're not really so abused, or wasting a lot of precious time, because people have talents and you have one chance at it, right? And life is very it's not so short, but it's not so long, and it's not the deepest, but it's not the shallowest. You could do a lot with if you learn something. So she told him go for the arts. That's what I'm thinking. She's saying to him, she's not saying go read the Rambam or go read this philosopher or someone that's going to totally, like, you're going to wake up and realize that the masses, let them, the masses is not an individual. It's a bunch of people, and you don't even know if it's a revolving door and if people believed it or not. But what did he mean he's makusha to the Rebbetzin? Like, because what I'm doing right now is I'm checking out this garden, which is like a museum, and I'm enjoying, look at this, surrounded by all these buildings, and it's I got my umbrella from the hotel. Beautiful. You can actually see the hotel. Luckily, it's raining. So what's he saying? He's saying that was he joking, and how is he delivering the message to I think it's Akana Shmutkin about him being makusha to the Rebbetzin? Is he playing a game on him? So today was the Emperor's birthday, and you have to see, this is not a real king from the days of the kings with chopping people's heads off, or the power that the kings had, because this is a democratic country, right? Nobody against the king is being killed, and the king is definitely breaking a couple of rules about the Messiah. There's certain things. A guy even handed the king a piece of paper. He was a rock star of some sort, I think. And you're not allowed to hand the king a piece of paper. Like there's different like rules. Wow, it's amazing what the signs are telling you about this. A duck hunting ground. So, the guy wasn't killed, not by the king, not by, I think they wanted to attack him or something. There's fanatics that believe in the concept of the monarchy, of whatever, but this is the longest lasting kingdom in I think the history of kings. So long chain, it's unbroken. So the lady from Bar Park asks me about the Rebbe and the Rebbetzins. She also asks, why didn't the Rebbe leave over proper instructions for continuation? She's not realizing that everything is fine without a leadership, because now everybody can take the philosophy of Chabad and they can apply it to whatever they want. And someone could apply it to being cruel, which is too bad. It's too bad. They're using someone who wasn't cruel, like the Alter Rebbe. He really wasn't cruel, but they could use him, or they could use Judaism, which also is not a cruel religion. It's not a selfish religion that believes that they're chosen. If you look at the Chazal, they believe, and the basis of Judaism and the Torah, so it depends any way you slice it, they didn't look at themselves like they're better or special. They did find themselves unique, just like anyone else is unique. That someone's, speaks a different language and paints a different way. So anyone could use it, but in the concept is that there's at least there's room for everyone in their different way that they worship, and a different way that they see the world, or whether they worship nature and they don't worship a specific God. So in Chassidus you have all of that, where people would try to connect to the divine inside the forest, when in nature, when according to the Talmud Torah Keneged Kulam, was that learning Torah was a replacement for what was once upon a time a religion that had a god with karbanis and a Beis Hamikdash and all that. So they replaced it back to nature, which is it's Pantheism, where you say everything is holy. Like Leibel Groner said when he was traveling to the Kvarim in Ukraine, he said that he felt more Kedusha in the forest, when they daven Shachris in the forest, and for a city boy like Leibel Groner, the only thing that he did outside of his curriculum was probably watching the sports games, the Dodgers, but he really never had a chance. So at that age, all of a sudden, he woke up and he realized that it's a beautiful experience to daven in the forest, which he doesn't realize that to say that it's better is absolutely against a certain tradition. Very clearly against a certain tradition. So you say Makusha to the Rebbetzin, you could say, look, I'm going to be trying to go to as many museums as I can, because what else can I do? I mean, the food here is great, and museums and food, right? The Rebbetzin didn't tell him, go try some special calamari, or try some non-Lubavitch shchita, Kadassia shchita in London, and try the amazing tangy flavors of ducks that you could only get available by a sheikhet that works for Kadassia. It's not like that. The Rebbetzin said go to the museums, because the truth is, in museums you can go to natural history museums and you can really get to everything. But she just told him, enjoy and get something out of it while you're in London. She didn't tell him learn a certain sefer, read my father's sichos, because she knew her father and she knew what he writes. It's Yireh Shamayim, which you don't want to add Yireh Shamayim. Everybody has enough Yireh Shamayim to paralyze them in a way that is pretty up there. Like you can't do A, B, and C. Everyone's afraid in terms of food, not in terms of harming people, but in terms of food and other things that are considered sins that nobody else does. Uncommon sins, and they're afraid and this and that. So. It's not a divine type of fear. It's a fear that you just can't do it. You can't do it. Most people. But so the Sichos of the Frierdiker Rebbe would give you more Yireh Shamayim. That's what Yossi Horowitz told me. I liked reading them because they say he was a good writer, and I think I felt that. But he would just write stories and then stuff like that, and then he would also write some Chassidus and explain that he would try to explain things like phenomena, like why do people have certain feelings towards something, like a nostalgia for Judaism, religion, or some sort. And he would say it's the neshama dripping down from heaven. I think that he wrote that by himself, meaning that that's pretty amazing that he could think of something like that, because otherwise he's just transmitting something that was written by an earlier book in some classical Jewish text, whether it's a Kabbalah or a philosophy type of book or some type of religious philosophy. So, but he did a nice job, and I would read that stuff and I felt like it was amazing and I want to teach it and spread it, and it's phenomenal writing and stuff like that. So yeah, here's the end. I love to come to this. This is you're usually supposed to walk through this shar over here, but I didn't go to the mikveh today. But over here, yeah. Okay, thank you.